Hey guys, BoarControl back once again, this time with Galakrond Warrior. Now I'll be sticking with the regular pattern for these videos, which is talk about the deck, talk about replacement cards, then we'll go into the Mulligan phase, and then I'll show some games. If you just want to watch the Mulligan stuff, feel free to just watch that. If you want to watch games, skip forward to the games, but for now I'll talk about the deck, why I like the cards in the deck, and what you can change. So this is the most standard Galakrond Warrior list. This is popularized, I'm not sure who by, maybe by Casey, but he's playing two Attorney Rovers now. People are playing different cards, but this is the standard list, and it's very strong right now. The idea behind the deck is obviously like any Galakrond deck, you invoke the Galakrond 4 times, play it, win. You can also go for strategies where you can get lots of armor against aggro, and against control you have the Leroy Inner Rage plus Bloodstone Mercenary finisher, which is a 16 damage finisher. So you have reach and you have consistent pressure, so pretty much everything you want out of a deck. In terms of what cards you can change, I don't have certain cards. So the most common cards I get asked about is Town Crier, like the epic card legendary, say on Leroy. If you don't own the Leroy, you can play Court Connolly, another charge minion. This one. If you don't want to play Town Crier, you really do need Town Crier because it draws you invoke cards. I don't really think you can play a deck without Town Crier. It does rotate in a month, so maybe don't play this deck if you don't own it. Other cards, say you don't like certain cards. I mean, what you can also play is you can add Snip Snap. If you play Snip Snap, I'd advise you to play 2 copies of Eternium Rover though, because you want to magnetize the Snip Snap onto the Rover. That's the best play with the Snip Snap. So you definitely want to have the double mech here. You could cut an Armorsmith for that. That is what other people are doing. But apart from that, this list pretty standard. I wouldn't really change any of the cards. I quite like it as it is. So yeah, so now we'll go over to the Mulligans. Okay, so here I am on HS Replay, and we have all of the Mulligan rates for this list. This is starting off against no matchups. We're looking at Legend to 5 data here, and some obvious stuff pokes out to you. Town Crier, the nuts, draws you into the best cards like Scion of Ruin and Devoted Maniac. Like, whoa. You always keep Town Crier every matchup. Pretty simple stuff. Ritual Chopper, another card you're always going to want to keep, and Bomb Wrangler, always a keep. Galakrond, same stuff, usually against slow decks, but yeah, this generally tells you those are the good cards if you're not sure about a matchup. I'll go through each specific matchup now. Druid, normally Embiggen or Quest Druid. This matchup's a bit unfavourable. I can show you the matchups tab. Yeah, unfavourable against the Druid. Beats the Hunters. Mage is pretty close. Beats the Mech Paladin. Priest is a tough matchup here. Rogue is pretty 50-50. And then here, yeah, 50-50 in the mirror, of course. It does beat the Galakrond Warlock. But yeah, looking at the Druid matchup, you need to get fully invoked Galakrond to win this matchup. So definitely keeping that. Keep the Town Crier, the Chopper. Bomb Wrangler as well. Keep. It's the early pressure. Leroy, I would never keep Leroy in this deck. Bad advice. In the slow matchups, keeping Acolyte of Pain can also be fine. One of the most common mistakes with this deck is if you look at the kept percentages and compare it to the win rate, Eternium Rover and Risky Skipper, in the slow matchups where you're not against aggro, this is the biggest mistake I see, is people keep this card and they play it on 1. You need to use the Risky Skipper on big combo turns to draw lots of cards with Acolyte of Pain, draw lots of cards with Battle Rage, or gain lots of armor with Armorsmith. You don't want to play Skipper early in the game on turn 1 and simply damage your own minions and then the Skipper dies. The Skipper is a huge part of the combos in the late game to win the game, so you definitely don't want to use it to have that early. Again, Eternium Rover, it just doesn't put enough pressure on the board. Not worth keeping. You're just looking for, yeah, Town Crier, Galakrond, and then these are the cards you want. Yeah, we'll move on to the Hunter matchup. This is the aggressive matchup. So this is where things change. Against aggro, you definitely want the Eternium Rover on 1. Very powerful. You want to be able to contest their board and with their stuff. Risky Skipper as well. You need to spend your mana, so keeping this and playing it on 1 makes a lot of sense against Hunter as well. Again, Bomb Wrangler, very good. This is the one matchup, I'd say, where Galakrond isn't a keep. Against Dragon Hunter, the game's often over by turn 7, so you don't need to keep this. Armorsmith, again, it's better to draw into. I still keep Armorsmith myself. Maybe that's the mistake I'm making, is keeping Armorsmith. Scion of Ruin, a keep if you have 2 invokes. Say you have like double Ritual Chopper, or you could maybe keep going first Ritual Chopper into Awaken into Scion of Ruin to clean up their board. But yeah, usual stuff. Town Crier, Richard Chopper's insane. Yeah, these are the cards you want. 1-drops. And then Bomb Wrangler's just so good in all in all matchups. The card's just nuts. Here we have the Mage matchup. Here, same stuff. Town Crier, usual stuff. Galakrond again against the slow matchup. Blossom Mercenary gets higher here. You see cards when they have a low kept percentage but a high mulligan win rate. It either means people are underkeeping it or it's just good in certain hands. And here, say I have Bomb Wrangler Inner Rage, where I can keep Bloodsworn Mercenary with it, right? And I can get Bomb Wrangler Inner Rage into Bloodsworn Mercenary. So that is that's definitely a thing you could think about doing. Wouldn't be keeping Kronks though. You can keep Acolyte Pain in this matchup as well. You can keep, yeah. Again here, Risky Skipper, not a keep. You want to use a skipper in the later in the game to draw some cards with Battle Rage and do combos with that. You don't want the skipper early, especially when your opponent doesn't play minions. If you're just whirlwinding your own minions, it's not that good. You want to be whirlwinding the opponent's minions too, and Mage doesn't play minions. So, not keeping Risky Skipper, even though, look, it kept 65% of the time with the second worst card to keep in the matchup. Yep, Inner Rage, only keep it when you have like the full combo with Bomb Wrangler. Versus Paladin, normally Mech Paladin. Don't know what Kronks is doing here. I would say ignore that. Again, yep, usual stuff. Armorsmith gets a lot better here because they have a lot of 1-1s, right? And that contests it. Risky Skipper, again, good against 1-1s. Same with Acolyte Pain. Yeah, these keeps make a lot of sense. Only keep this if you have double Invoke. Usual stuff. I would keep Eternium Rover, though. Not quite sure why that's so low, but I would definitely keep that. Against Priest, normally Resurrect Priest. This is probably the worst matchup for the deck. You really need to just cycle through your deck as much as possible. So keeping Town Crier to get through the deck. Bomb Wrangler is just good. Acolyte Pain, definitely a keep against Priest because you need to draw the cards. And then just invoke cards. I'm keeping Galakrond. I would keep Galakrond for sure in this match. I'm not quite sure why it's so low. But yeah, definitely avoid a turn over Armorsmith. Hard to damage your minions, which is why the Bloodsworn is so low. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, the Priest matchup's just rough. Not much to say there. Versus Rogue, yep. Rogue doesn't kill you too fast. It's just a race of who plays Galakrond first, basically, here. Unless you can get a really fast start with Bomb Wrangler. Yep, one important thing to note is in this matchup, Bomb Wrangler plus Inner Rage. Rogue plays cards like Backstab, Seal of Fate. It can't deal with the 4-2 damaged Bomb Wrangler at all. So if I have Bomb Wrangler and Inner Rage together, I'll keep them both. It's a super powerful play, and if you can copy with Bloodsworn, it's insane. So yeah, definitely keep them. I do like keeping Acolyte Pain in this matchup too. There's a lot of one-attack creatures on the Rogue side. If they don't have the Seal of Fate, this can often draw multiple cards. Richard Chopper just to keep, it's just good to get the invokes going, and of course, always keep Town Crier. But yeah, personally, I would say Eternium River is still overkept here. I wouldn't keep it. I'd just be looking for these cards here. Again, Risky Skipper, massively overkept. You don't want to play Skipper on one. Even if you have Skipper in your hand, don't play it, is how I'd say it. Hold the Skipper for a later turn. You want to play Skipper once they play a bunch of lackeys, maybe turn 4, turn 5, and you can completely clear their board and tempo swing. Shaman, not really a matchup, so I'm going to skip it. Versus Warlock, normally Galakrond Warlock against Dark Skies. Bomb Wrangler ends the game. I'm not quite sure why Inner Rage is so high here. Maybe it's because you only keep it with the Bomb Wrangler, but then wouldn't it be high win rate in other matchups? I wouldn't be keeping the Inner Rage myself. Again, Town Crier. Yep, Acolyte Pain good in these slow matchups against Control. Makes a lot of sense there. That's what I'd be taking these. Maybe not the Maniac. Town Crier, Bomb Wrangler, Acolyte Pain. I would also keep Galakrond, but maybe there's too many Zoos. If you're facing Zoo, Galakrond obviously isn't great, but I don't expect to face Zoo myself, so I would keep it. Then we have the Mirror. Yep, Mirror, often, even if you're behind, and you just play Galakrond with 2 invokes or 3 invokes, whoever plays Galakrond first normally wins. So, always a keep. Town Crier, obviously good. Richard Chopper, Bomb Wrangler, always good. Yep, usual stuff there. If you have the Galakrond in hand, then definitely keep the invokes. Usual stuff, as per normal. Yep, not keeping Risky Skipper or Armorsmith. You can see how overkept Risky Skipper is again. That is the biggest mistake, I would say, is overkeeping the Risky Skipper. But yeah, that's pretty much all the matchups. I will now play some games. If you're interested in gameplay, stay tuned. If not, that was just the Mulligan guide. I'll be playing this deck on stream as well sometimes, so you can check it out there too. But for now, time for some games. Up against a Mage. Okay. So let's have a quick recap of what we want versus Mage. Versus Mage. We're looking for the Bomb Wrangler, the Town Crier. Okay, we can look at both. There might not be a Bomb Wrangler, Town Crier, yeah. Galakrond. Those are the cards you want. Let's see what we have. None of the above. So 4 more. This is looking much, much better. Okay, that's already 3 invokes. Yep, so now we can just start swinging. I think I want to hold on to the coin. If I coin Bomb Wrangler, I have no turn 3, right? It doesn't make much sense to hold on to the Bomb Wrangler. So it does make sense to play the coin. Intellect, that's fine. Okay, now I get the Wrangler down. Save the skipper for Battle Rage, hopefully or Acolyte of Pain to draw a bunch of cards. I just need to draw one more Invoke and then Kronks, and then we're just good to go. Okay, Twilight Drake, that's fine. I definitely don't want to trade this. Now we only have 7 here. So I think I just ignore his minion and go face. I have Leroy in hand. Don't see much reason to kill a Twilight Drake. Can clean it up later with Seon of Ruin. Can draw Seon off Galakrond as well. It's so much damage to sink into his minion. Just isn't worth it. Just going face is just better. Unity, precision, perfection. Okay. So now we could kill his minion. I'm gonna go Kronks next turn into Galakrond. So much face damage though. You really just want to go face. I can't be turned down all this face damage, there's no way. If he plays Reno, it's not really an issue. Cartoon Defender's a bit annoying, but it's not that annoying. Another 3 face damage. Oh. Okay, so I could weapon swing here because we're gonna lose the weapon, but I'll just shove my Galakrond weapon to the 2/5. Okay, I have so many good draws off my Galakrond here. Oh, what's it gonna be? Oh, there's the Seon of Ruin. Arguments to just hold the weapon here. So next turn I have 8 mana. Seon of Ruin, trade here, and then like skipper, and then copy a minion. These are the buffed minions. You could easily develop a lot of stuff though. I'm just gonna swing. It's like path creation turn, so there could easily be 2 huge minions coming down next turn from his side. So I'm a little afraid of that. I can also gain a ton of health next turn if we want to. Just adapt to what he plays. I might also just have a lethal with this line as well. If he has no taunts, right? I have 5, 8, 11 damage. I mean, this as well. Okay, that puts a spanner in the works. Probably something to do with attacking him in the face, Vaporizer, Ice Barrier. Even, yeah, most likely. Could even be Mirror Entity, but that is pretty unlikely. Okay, we can easily get through these. I think I just gained a bunch of health here. Playing this into Entity was a little risky, but I think it's okay. This is so much armor. Nice barrier, okay. So we know he has 14 life now. And then I have 2 enrages in my deck. This draws Scion of Ruin. And next turn I can just play some more huge minions. So there's a lot of refill. He's never going to kill me from 30. Yeah, it's important to think about this skipper ordering. A lot of people might just start with this skipper, but like just think about your turn, right? I needed 2 whirlwind effects, so I played I'm playing 3 minions after skipper. Just play 1 minion before skipper. Box. Okay. Oof. This is gonna draw too many cards. Right now it draws 6. That really just isn't necessary. Yeah, okay. So even if he self-annexes, we have Leroy in a range Bloodsworn. There's no way out for him here. This is just checkmate. Yeah, this was just the 4 Invoke into Galakrond. Had to draw it off Kronks, but like that is basically how you win with this deck against anything that's not aggro. 4 Invokes Galakrond. And that's why you mull aggressively for the Invoke cards and you don't keep cards like Risky Skipper. Yeah, against me, he's got to be a little worried about the it's just the hand of cards like both of the Renos. Try and play around them. Usual stuff. Sometimes you just get scammed by Pocket Galaxy. Nothing you can do about that. That's just how it is. Watch out for Frost Nova. Maybe don't fill your entire board because of the freeze effects. Okay, yeah. There are 10 mana taunts, but he didn't get them, unfortunately for him. But yeah, pretty simple win there against Mage. We will see what the next matchup will be. Up against a Rogue. Okay, so let's have a quick glance at the Rogue. Win rates. So versus Rogue. You can see here, win rates of cards. We can see going first. Tower Cry, Galakrond, Acolyte of Pain, Ritual Chopper. These are the cards we're looking for. These are the cards that are offered. So I have the Chopper. Don't think the Bloodsworn's very good. This one's as well, not great. Just gonna mull for the Town Cry and the Galakrond here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. Yeah, no reason not to just jam a turn him over on 1. It's just gonna get a bit of chip damage in. My opponent's kept 2 cards. Okay. Yeah, you just go face with Chopper on 2. That's just how it is. You don't like armor up and wait for it on turn 3 to hit a minion. Going face is fine. You push a lot of face damage with this deck. Rogue keeps normally Ferrocat. We can wipe that off the list. Could be Backstab, could be Seal Fate, could be Evil Miscreant. Yep, there's the Miscreant. Okay, so now gonna get the Acolyte Pain down because it contests so well against the 1/4. Let me just push the face damage. Invoke 2, invoke 3. You just need to draw the Galakrond here. Okay, Seal Fate, top deck. That's pretty annoying, but it is what it is. Backstab trade. Okay, I have a bunch of armor now, so Barrage isn't looking as amazing. I do have 4 mana, so Devoted Maniac looks good, but like, they just use Seal Fate. They might not be able to deal with the Acolyte very well. I just need to draw cards. And I need the Acolyte Pain to draw multiple, so I'm thinking if I play it now, it's most likely to get multiple draws in. I'm kind of wasting my damage with the Maniac. I don't really want to attack the Evil Miscreant. Can attack face. I do hate flowing mana, but this does seem better than playing Devoted Maniac. Two lackeys in my opponent's hand. Okay. So, gonna go for the Devoted Maniacs over the next 2 turns. We just need to play for tempo here. The only way we lose is if we get out tempo before we can play Galakrond. And I don't really want to play the Scion of Ruin. That is pretty annoying. I was going to say, normally they just play a 5-drop here. Devoted Maniac plus the Invoke does 5 damage, so it kills everything, right? But Restless Mummy, obviously, a card I can't play around. Looks like my opponent's setting up Togwaggle. Again, not much I can do about Togwaggle. I'm just going to play for the Galakrond here. If I draw 4 minions, I'm probably going to be able to draw Skipper. Might hit second houses as well, and then I can just heal for infinite to win the game. So yeah, just going to play for the Galakrond here. Here comes the Togwaggle, and we might just get a mega scammed. Like, I'm a bit worried about Boom Pistol Bully in this matchup. If you can hold Cast Prime Buddy, then go for it, but it's pretty impossible with some hands. For instance, my hand right here just doesn't play around Boom Pistol Bully at all. Like, if this one draws Bully, then you're screwed. That's just how it is sometimes. A lot of people are playing 2 Boom Pistol Bullies, so if that does happen, then unfortunate. That's why I think this matchup is slightly rogue favoured, because of the Boom Pistol Bully. It just depends how well your opponent can utilize it, and I mean, it's just random if my opponent draws Bully here or not. 3 random cards, right? So. Both my Town Criers are dead this game, which is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, a huge Edwin as well often ends this matchup. It's just, I mean, it's just 3 random cards from the deck. Sticking with the usual plan. Fairly linear deck. This just invoke the Galakrond. Hopefully this goes face. Oof. Tanking 4 on the 1/1 there. 3 unplayable cards. That's insane. So when you see 3 unplayable cards, you're thinking maybe Kronks and they already have Galakrond in hand or something. Leroy, Shallow Step, Backstab. 2 backstabs in play, so it could be second step. Probably Leroy in hand. Could be a flick as well that they didn't want to play. Flick is looking mighty good against a lot of my plays. It's probably a 0 mana flick, so there might be some huge tempo swings incoming. I can also gain 1,000,000 armor here. So 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 6 mana to copy. So on turn 10 we can go 1, 3, 6 plus this, and then trade these. It's just infinite armor. I also have the potential to draw Inner Rage, Bloodsworn, Leroy, Inner Rage combo. Already thinking next turn, Shield of Galakrond plus Sail of Ruin. Okay, another Risky Skipper picked up. Yeah. Just do the Risky Skipper play next turn, that's the plan. I might also just have lethal next turn. We'll see what happens. But yeah, otherwise, I have Leroy Hero Power obviously for lethal. There's still 2 0 mana cards in hand though for my opponent, so they didn't play Galakrond after drawing it. I guess they were hoping for fully invoked, but didn't draw the invoke. Okay, if we draw Battle Rage, we can also go for a huge Battle Rage turn. It's just so useful to have these skippers in the late game rather than the early game. Opponent's on 14, so can't quite lethal them. This for an A8 taunt. Yep. Step as well on the Kronks. Looking for another A8 taunt next turn, I imagine, I guess. Hmm. I think I still go for the Armorsmith plan. This is plus infinite health. You can lose with infinite health sometimes, and you gotta watch out for that. But I do have another Risky Skipper in hand, so we should be able to draw Battle Rage. I have a second Bloodsworn, so I still have the combo with Reach. So if I draw Battle Rage, I can still draw a bunch of cards. I have to worry about getting grinded out here, because Kronk's AoE is the thing that's going to happen now, I imagine. But I can just let the opponent develop board, and then I have my own Kronks as a backup plan too. Yeah. It's just taunts that get in the way now. Yeah, so 43 HP plus 26. It's going to be tough for me to die imminently, so I have a few turns to hit the full combo. Probably just summons lackeys, right? There's not many big minions. Yeah, there's the Inner Rage, so I have the Leroy Inner Rage combo. Also have Kronks. Opponent's gonna need so many taunts here. And then Kronks can clear them up. I guess I could have played the smaller skipper first this game to play around the Kronks AoE. Probably was better, right? Yeah. Okay. It looks like they're desperately digging for the taunt. No taunt though, so far. Still no taunt. Is this the taunt? It was okay though against taunt, like we just play Kronks, right? But yeah, infinite health there. Oh, Leroy. Oh, people say perfect game is 30 HP. What about 56 HP? Boom! What's up, this Galakrond warrior guiding gameplay? If you enjoyed the content, there'll be more deck reviews coming, so drop a sub if you want to see them. Additionally, have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I will also be playing this deck on stream sometimes, so if you're looking for other matchups, you can always ask me in the comments in the Twitch chat, or just watch and I'll play some matchups with this deck, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Have a good day, guys. I will see you in the next video.